favorite movie scene is from my favorite movie. And I guess if it was any different, it wouldn't be my favorite movie scene from my favorite movie, right? The Battle of Helms Deep. Just saying that just makes me, it just makes me so happy. I don't know, there's just something about that when I think of that from having seen this movie, what that means to me. I've been watching the videos of it on my iPad and on YouTube. It just fires me up. Specifically the ending, but I enjoy the whole thing. So how did we get here? So I'm doing this all out of order, but a small city is about to be attacked. And so the heroes, they go to it, because up until this point, it's under enemy control. And they go to get them out. So the enemy is coming, so they're fleeing from the plains to the mountains, specifically the fortress called Helms Deep. There aren't many of them, and they're about to be overrun by a massive army. And just at the last minute, and I mean just at the last minute, as the enemy is setting their siege weapons up and getting in battle formation, some reinforcements arrive to help them out. There's 3 tiers of defense: an outer wall, an inner wall, and the keep. Our heroes in this small city of people are no match for the overwhelming might of the enemy. And this is where we get to the part that I love the most. For one, the battle is pretty amazing, but these movies are so good. The action sequences, how it's shot, how it's set up is so good. But the dialogue, the words they use, is just so good. So stay with me. I'm going somewhere with this. The battle goes on. They get through the outer wall, and then they get beat back in the inner wall, and then finally they're all the way into the keep, and they're bracing the door, and they're putting stuff in front of it, and the enemy's using the battering rams coming through, and they're still trying to fortify the door. And this is where it gets so good. They find out, or there's a tunnel that will escape farther into the mountains and away, and somewhere away from Helm's Deep. Well, they determine that the enemy's too close, so they can't get through there quick enough without being overrun. So their only hope is to fight. And this is the part that just fires me up right here. Aragorn remembers something Gandalf told him. See, Gandalf in The Lord of the Rings is an allegorical Christ figure. See, Tolkien wrote the Lord of the Rings books to explain the deeper truths of the world in popular culture. And so Aragorn remembers what Gandalf said: look to the east on the 5th day when the sun rises. And they're getting beat. Excuse me. And they're getting beat back. And Aragorn remembers this. And they have no choice to fight. And then, so we'll just pick it up at the dialogue. When Theoden is saying, as we've already explained, they're beating down the door, and Theoden says, the fortress is taken. And Aragorn replies, you said this fortress would never fall while your men defended. They still defend it, and they have died defending it. And Theoden says, what can men do against such reckless hate? Whew, that's so. And Aragorn says, "Ride out with me." And Theoden looks at him, and Aragorn's like, "Yes, ride out with me." And King Theoden, this is the part that I love the most, is he said, "Yes, the horn of Helm Hammerhand shall sound in the deep one last time." That, man, I just love that part. Let me finish, and then I'll get back to that. So they decide to ride out together, and the rest is good too. But the horn shall sound in the deep one last time. I remember when God reminded me of this a couple years ago, that there must come something out of us, out of the depths of who we are, to fight back, to fight against the enemy, to fight for our destiny, to fight for all that he has planned for us. And I just the last couple years or so, I just whenever that was, I try to remember ever so often, just that when Satan comes against me, the enemy comes against me, when I don't think I'm going to make it, that something must arise out of me one more time. And I just feel that so strong, that in this hour, something must arise out of us. It must arise out of you. I just love that part. Man, it's so good. If you want to watch it, it's on YouTube, and you can just do Battle of Helms Deep, and I think it's in like 3 parts, and it's just so good. The horn shall sound in the deep one last time. So arise, mighty warrior, and let what is deep inside of you sound from deep within you, and come out and be all that you have dreamed that you can be. Thanks for watching and listening. It would mean so much to me if you hit the like or subscribe button on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Rumble, YouTube, or like the Facebook page.